AI help off because, to be fair, it's not really a help, not helping the slightest. It shows on my master machine it's actually live. However, it maybe isn't. Give us a heads up, guys, if you can
Steve,
actually.
it's going live
Yeah,
now, I think, mate.
coming on.
Yes, you're live.
All right, great. Let's get cracked on then. Let's get cracked on. That took an age and seemed to be battling AI every time we do it. So don't know why, but hey ho, that's life. So let's get going. So anyone that's on the live, welcome. Let's go and have a little look at where we are with crude. Now, crude, it's very pensive on crude this morning, and we did. If you zoom out a little bit, where we are on crude. So we had this crossover and crude going up for the reasons we mentioned live this morning, with a bit of a correction, 2% correction yesterday, and with all the issues that we were talking about this morning. I do have 3 targets, which hopefully the first target will get hit today. We're just up with a 36 pip stop, so we're 38 pips up. We have a stop to entry. Now, the issue, I bring this up quickly now, is because in the space of, within half an hour or so, we're going to the American market fully open. Cash markets are recommend a bit rate, use AI. No, I don't want to do that. I'm sorry. Flipping out, I don't know why Zoom have updated everything without telling you all the updates, and then starts interrupting everything. So there we go. So we're up a good bunch of rupees, 36 pips stop, 40 pips up. So what I think I'm going to do is try and protect this. Now, we know with general action what usually happens when we get this consolidation. We get the market running up, as it normally does. And the bull market, it's not bull market quite yet. We have a consolidation, and 9 times out of 10, might even be better than that actually, when the market runs into a consolidation phase, it exits a consolidation the way it entered. So it come up on a bull run, went sideways, and then has continued the bull run. And this is just to be expected. I do not want to be taken out on a stop to entry if we're going to go for a bigger target. Move your stops under the fractal up here at around about 68.90 thereabouts. If the market does come down and this does hold like it did this morning, this channel, we still should be okay. And if we get stopped, we'll get stopped for a few rupees rather than anything else. Or you could take a full whack here, wait for the market to open, and so just letting a few more people in, some latecomers, and so that's what I want to do on here. Do I want to take the money? For question to the group, has anyone took your money yet on crude? Did you take a wedge on crude, or are you still letting it run? Anyone?
I'm not in it, Steve. I literally just turned my screens on for the first time. So, yeah, I'm all a bit green and out of touch at the moment.
All right, yeah, we've been out in Spain, yeah. And when I come back from my holidays, it's all alien again, getting back into the swing of everything.
It is, yeah. Like, just don't recognise anything at the moment.
Oh dear. What I'm going to do is, I had that epiphany when I started at the beginning of the week, of thinking, what the heck's going on? I'm going to load up around about 0.5% here on the trade. If we get stopped, we win a whole bunch. If we hit the target, we'll win a whole bunch more. Let's go and have a look at gold. We've got a lot of time before the American Open. So, yay! We smashed my target that I identified on the 20th of March. I've kept that in. I did say the 26th, but the 26th is for my larger target here of 25.98. We've hit all previous targets. I'll just get rid of these coming down now here. And gold is on a ripper again. Now, the issue we've got here is nearly 1% on the table. Nearly 1%. The American market opens, and we've got half an hour before the Michigan consumer price index announcement is on. And this is a mid-month consumer sentiment index, because there was a final one at the end of the month. And what this really is, it's a poll to see how people's personal finances are doing, buying conditions, are people willing to spend money, and pretty much a gauge on the economy. So on that basis, if we get a higher print than expected, the consensus is 68 from 67.9, that will be bullish for the American markets. If we don't hit 68, it will be bearish. But, you know, that's overlaid with what's happened, well, initial jobless claims, etc., yesterday, and what's happened with the CPI not quite coming in line with expectations as well. So the market is a bit down on the US dollar. I think today we're going to have once the market opens, we're going to give USD Japani a crack short, and also USD Swissy as well. Depends on the consumer sentiment index. But on here, I'm not sure whether I want to take nearly 1% and wait. Do you know what we're going to do? We'll put a stop to entry on here. So I'm just going to make a note of all this. I'm tracking all these trades rather than go back over the videos and watch them. So we had 8.5 pip stop with a 27 pip target effectively. So 8.5 pip stop. Well, it's 27, so it's over 3%. Potentially we're going for or nothing. But I think we can get involved in gold anyway later on this afternoon. So that's gold. Let's go and have a look at the FTSE. Right, so bots on again on the FTSE, and I did post a trade. I did say I posted a trade. Have I posted the trade? Let's have a look. Yes, I did post the trade, yeah. So posted the trade here. The IB short never worked. Got stopped out on the stop. But we got stopped to entry on the others and made took 19 pips out. We took a percent out anyway. While we were trading live this morning, 1% out of the FTSE. I've now got a trade on again. The bot has, I'll tell you what, let's have a look. I'll show you. All right, so bring this across from a different screen. So here we are. So we had a stop to entry yet again. Very frustrating. So we picked, the market came down very nicely, just over 1%. Then it reversed, and now I've left the bot on, and I'll type in the bot entry now, so I don't have to look it up later. So there we are, and we're on again. So market's running, bots on yet again. We're about 8% up on the bots on the tracker. And this is a spreadsheet I was mentioning this morning. I will do a video for YouTube, but I'm not sure whether I want to do one for YouTube or not, because people won't believe what we do. But I have had quite a few questions about what are these bots. Oh, I forgot we're actually streaming on YouTube, aren't we? Well, people better watch this then. So we're kind of halfway there to the normal targets that we've got. In June, made 15.67% in June alone. And July, 15.46. In August, 16.3, and then nothing in September because that's the current month and I was on holiday. We've had 4 trading days, and so far we've made 8% on those bots. So quite happy to keep the FTSE on. If the FTSE fails with an STE again, fails and makes money, I'm going to leave this little sucker on and run it into the close today, because I think we can get a few rupees out of this. So that's where we are. We might actually put, I'm keen on USD, Japani, USD, Swissy as well. We'll have a look at the filters for that and see how that might work in our favor. But really, we're looking at another long shot trade from, we broke out this morning, come up to this resistance. I did say it would not break 82.70. Obviously, it was wrong. It did 82.72, but close enough. And then smacked a trade in immediately, coming back down to the daily highs, and hopefully beyond that, a lot lower. The DAX, I did say we'd leave it alone till this afternoon to see how the DAX goes. We know that, all right, okay. So we've got the closing gap here. We've bashed into camera breakout long a couple of times. Do I want to trade the DAX? Not really. It's overextended anyway. Some pullbacks might be okay. Let's put some alerts down into here. So we've done the FTSE, we've done crude, we've done gold. We're up on gold, we're up on crude, we're up on a FTSE, and now the American markets. So just letting some more people in. Right. And let's go into the Dow. Right, the Dow. So ATR today on the Dow, well, 5-day ATR on the Dow, it is 577 pips. We're 15% ATR is 86/87. Now, we need to be a minimum of 87 pips away from the close. Ideally, more. Ideally, a lot more. Now, we are going against the trend. So you can see my targets I have. We'll talk about how we got well, I'll show you how we got these. This was a 4-hour, this is a 4-hour fib. Oops, I've done that wrong. Let's delete that. Delete the fib. I'll show you. A 4-hour price action extension. So right at the top of this, peak here, and then back down again into here. So 61.8% Fibo, first target. Second target into the 4-hour triple, or even more triple tops here. And then 100% retrace right into a wall trade, right into R3, all the way up here. So these are the targets I have today. I would like to get those targets from the market running down first of all. And here you can see the Fibonacci retraces, which are now effectively negated on the 4-hour and on the 1-hour, in fact. But we'll see where we get to. Ideally, we'll look at coming down at least to the close, if not down into the daily pivot. And all the pivot boys will be looking to buy the pivot into this area here. So that's, what time is it now? We've got 8 minutes, 9 minutes. So we're kind of okay here. And we'll put a Fibo actually from the bottom here, this is on 15 minutes, but this is effectively the hour range. And we can move come on. It's not a lot. I'll tell you what, rather than fiddle, delete everything. And that's our 50% retrace at the moment. So we'll put that 50% in. Markets usually after a nice run, usually give up 50. Usually quite a given, really. And let's see what. Why isn't it set? Isn't selecting, is it? Oh, there we go. Ah, that because that's the 4 hour. Well, shouldn't be high. Right, okay. There it is. I'll leave this on the screen. So what I'm really looking for here is I would like, ideally, want to see the market come down towards a daily pivot. Ideally, into this confluence here and buy it around about a 50% retrace. If that breaks, then my utopia trade is coming down here into 40, 80, 80 down to a swing low under Camarella breakout short. Now the market is bullish as determined, as you can see, by the 204-hour EMA. So this is our bullish sign. So really, we are only looking for ideally longs on the market, and we are going to close the gap against the market. So really, we're going to be trading against the trend. Let's put into a, so if we're trading against the trend, then we need it. And if we're trading within 86 pips, then we need a reason to get in. Usually we use some frackers to get in. Let's get the fractal, show the fractal. We're not going to close the gap on the others. We'll look at the others in a minute. We'll get rid of this red line, this resistance line now. And let's have a measure. We've got 6 minutes to the close. We have so that would be an ideal fractal reversal, 88 pips. That would be a perfect reason to get in. So if that fractal breaks, it means it's then pushed back down through this structure and then let go into the close here. So do I want to go again? I'm just looking at reasons to trade. So we need to have all our ducks in the line, reasons to trade. There are quite a few. We are going. So what I think I will do here is we are trading against the trend. However, we've got some good reasons to trade. Oh, what's happened here? Have we been? Oh yeah, the market's come down and stopped us out for a profit on crude. So that is something that I thought might happen, and it has. So we've got a few rupees out on crude. We need to look at that again. I think we will do a 1%er on this. ATR with a 15%. Oh, for God's sake, come on. Sorry. My magic mouse is a bit cleverer than me. So 88 pips. We're going to have that as a 1% risk reward. And we're going to put this in on a fractal break. Got 5 minutes yet to go. The risk is that we may well right. I think we're gonna, yeah. The market is coming off, so we're going to put that in there. We will more than likely, we've broken through this resistance, so we're more than likely going to get triggered. I'm looking at the average true ranges breaking off, and we've got the on-balance volume starting to actually come down, and I'd like to see that signal on a lot lower. Right, yeah, we have actually got an OBV on the OBV9. It's indicated the market is the bears are in charge on the 5 minute time scale. So we're going to have a look at trading that, and the crude is retesting the bottoms. I'm just going to pull up the FTSE on the other screens and have a look at where we are with the FTSE. And the FTSE is coming on very nicely indeed, so that's good. So quick look at gold. We've got stop to entry on gold. Gold's 1% up now. So 8.6. I'm going to take gold, guys. I've got 3 minutes to go. I'll show you where we are. We'll come back to this. Gold's 1% up. I think I might want to take gold out and then look to get back in again. So gold's, there's our targets up here for taking one. In fact, do you know what we're going to do? I won't do that. We'll set gold at there at 0.5%. If we get stopped out, we'll win 0.5%. If we hit full target on the open on American markets, then we'll make 3%. Now it's totally up to you in the room, guys. You can take your 1% now and then see what happens on the open and bank that money and see where we go. Or you can insure the risk with a stop to entry plus 0.5% here. So totally up to you. We'll go back to the Dow. We'll look at the Nasdaq and we'll look at the S&P once the market's open. So we're going to get into the 1 minute here, and we want to be careful. If the market runs in our direction straight away, the area of concern for a reversal will be here on this bottom here. We are going against the trend. The market is pushing structure. The spreads quarters, the unbalanced volume is down. Let's see how we go. So we're about 40, 50 seconds and for the opening bell, and it will we'll see what happens. What I want to do when the market does come down to, we can have a few bites at this cherry. If and when the market comes down to here on the open, and we're not quite open yet, we're going to move our stop. Stop to entry. And if we get stopped, then we'll use a 1 minute fracker and we'll go in again. So let's see what happens. So that's the market's open now. We're going to move our stop to entry to protect our trade for a fast reversal. We want to mitigate people buying the bottom here. So we cannot lose. It's a free trade, but we need to be ready to re-enter the market should that be required. Nice to get this over and done with. So we've got the Michigan Consumer Sentiment news out in less than half an hour. Gold's back up into the 1% level. So you can see here on balance, what's your unbalanced volume is going back up. We're being stopped out. So stopped out for no loss, no gain. We're going to have a stop under this pivot here, and we're going to look at 70 again, 70 pips. So you can set your risk for 88 if you want, but 77, well, actually, we will do that. We'll do 88 again. and we're going to have another go at this. The risk is that people will buy this area, this bullseye that I mentioned. And let's get this trade back in again for another belt. When the market is going against the trend, I like stop to entry. Just in case the guys see, obviously there was a group of people that spotted that was just about smack on there, wasn't it? People bought that. That is the risk that people put. They do a technical review and they're putting an order in here, and you can see quite clearly there was orders placed at this level in here, and they were filled, and the unbounce volume and volatility, the build behind that is certainly increasing. Now, do not chase a trade, but what we can do is we can increase our leverage. The ATR for the Dow is 173. We're going to move our stop, our entry up to here, right up to this fractal bottom here. We call that at 80, 28. We're going to keep the 88 stop, and we're going to extend this target back into the close here. So now we've got the same leverage, and we have a better risk reward whilst protecting our bank. Absolutely key, protect your money. First target that we went to, this is the FIBO 61.8. You can see that should be that's it, front run it by just under 3 pips, with a maybe 2 pip spread, probably normal. But I wanted to trade this from lower down. So the FIBO target has been whacked, if that is such a thing as a technical term. It's been whacked, it has been hit. So that's good. Hey, our truckers in, hey, Pepe. Keep trucking. Let's put them in. Right. We should see the markets hesitate at the first target. This is a 60. For people who didn't see how I got that, we'll go back out and I'll show you how we've been tagged in again, how we got that into the 4 hour. We're looking at some structure. Let's get these fractals off. We don't need these just at the moment. So we're looking at this price action. The markets always move in either 2 directions, either go up or they go down. And we call that a phase or a wave. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 1, 2, or wave 1, 2, 1, 2. That's how markets move. So looking at this first impulsive move, we can use a Fibonacci extension tool to give us some ideas on where the market may run to using the Fibonacci sequence. And as you can see on the Fibonacci sequence, we got a 61.8% Fibon. So the first impulsive move hit this. The risk is that the market doesn't pull back and gets a lot of rah-rah behind it and a push before the Michigan consumer information. And if that happens, we may well get stopped. If we do get stopped, then what we'll do is look for a fractal reversal for that close if we have sufficient time to get the trade over and done with before the market moving news is out. You can see in the 5 minute the spike range here in the first, what was that, on the first 5 minutes here. Quite a big move actually. So variation 107 pips. So we're looking at nearly a 20% ATR move on the first impulse from the top down to the bottom, and people buy into this level. That was the risk. Maybe if you were sat quiet, we weren't teaching or running an open room, we may have gone down to 1 minute, well, maybe a 20-second ticker, and waited for the first green tick, whacked the money out, and then waited again to go in like we have this time. And the risk reward ratio is a lot better on this occasion. It's 129 pips, and our stop is still the same, a 1% stop at 88, which gives us a potential 1.46 return if we get this. There's no saying that we will, but we're looking at closing this gap. Right, so one thing that we can, let's have a quick squeeze over to gold. Right, so we're in gold. There's our 1% level. Has anyone taken the money on gold yet? Nobody? Everyone's quiet. That tells me no one traded this with me, did you? Anybody in gold at all? No?
My bot is, but not manual.
Ah, right. Do you know what, Pete? I forgot to switch and flipping bot on again. I'm in my head red. Let's just have a look at the bots. I think I'll switch the bot on. So bots, we've got running the fractal. We've got the IB NAS running, which I need to send out to you, Peter, by the close of play today. And let's see when the gold is. Which gold swing am I going to use? That one. Right, so I'm going to put the gold swinger on here. Wait till it loads and runs. Right, so yeah, gold's, so I've got FTSE running, tech running, the NASDAQ running, gold running, FTSE ready to run, and I will switch the BBO on later. In fact, I can do that now for the NAS. BBO version 4. Which version am I going to use? That will do the job. We'll use that. Obviously, took profits on it before, so it's been stopped. And we're in on that one. So that bot's sat ready to rock and roll as well. So we've got 4 bots sat at the moment. I know most people don't have only have the frackers. FTSE's having a wee bit of a pullback. We're still in the money. That's nice. And we're expecting the FTSE to give us a bit of helping hand going short later. So I'm just thinking, should I just be cheeky and lock in at full 1%? Yeah, I'll tell you what, lock in 1%. No one else has traded this with me, then we won't go through the risk management stuff. We will just lock in 1% on gold on the basis that we're going for 3% up here. If we fail, we win 1%. If not, then we'll do considerably better. Just going to do can we do a phase wave Fibo? See, not there isn't one. Is there a 15-minute one? Yes, there is. So there's a just pointing out the phase waves. So get that out the way. So you can see the impulsive move. So there's the 1% target, and we'll close all these alarms off, and I'll leave that back on for prosperity. It's been on since March, so I'll leave it and we can go back at the end of the year and review that. So let's do a phase wave forecast. So we're looking at the bottom impulsive move. In fact, what time is this? Yeah, the 15 will do. We'll pull that back and we'll have a look. Right. We more than likely will see a reversal up into the 61.8%. Let's have a real big, quite a decent. Let's have get this to 30 minutes. See if there's anything clear on there isn't anything. Actually, there is here. There's some clear movement, isn't it? The market came up. We had a low. And then we put in another low on their higher low, so that's absolutely fine. Let's go and have a look at a 30-minute, and if we can see a 1 hour forecast. What we're trying to do is identify areas in the market. Not that we're necessarily going to trade this, but we want to know where the Fibbo boys and girls are going to have their profit targets so we can manage our risk. So what we're looking at here, this is an impulsive move 1, pullback, and a full impulsive move is a double tap resistance here, but the 200% move is here. So we might see people coming out roughly here. And an extension even higher up here. Let's have a look. It would be nice if we could have a 4 hour one. I think the 4 hour one after the news yesterday is going to be. We haven't got. We do not have any structure to be able to do that. We can measure this impulsive move, which we can use our Fibbo tool on this impulsive move here and see what happens. There's a 200%. There's a 100% cycle. Obviously, blew straight through. 161% Fibbo, which was the level identified on the 20th of March here. And then the ultimate target, technical target, for the 26th of September was 25.98. And we're probably going to achieve that, if not today, on Monday. So out a few days, out a lot of days, to be fair. If this happens on Monday, then yeah, 26th of September we forecast, and it's going to do it potentially on the 16th. So 10 days out, that's not very good, is it? So what we'll do, we'll see when this hits the targets, and we'll do a forensic look back to see why we got this wrong. Because that was a Fibbo, and I expected that to be hit, but it looks like we're going to hit even sooner. But so we're doing quite well. We've locked in 1%. We're going for 3%. We're 1.5% up now on that, so that's quite nice. Let's just have a look at where we are with the rest of stuff. We haven't looked at the other markets yet either, have we? So let's keep on the American markets. Let's still, what's a technical word, buggering about? Lots of indecision, big rejection pins, indecision, and let's have a look at where we are with a 15-minute bar. First target is being whacked. Dirty little terminology we've got in the room. It's been whacked, killed. And we're still looking for this gap to be closed. Be nice if we can get that gap closed. if we can't, then we've just got to trade what we see. Yeah, just got to trade what we see. What I did say is I am interested in US dollar, Swissy, and Japani. Let's just have a look before we go on to. I'll tell you what, we'll do let's have a look at the US500. I want to get I want to get the Michigan consumer data out before we trade this, because we want the volatility out of the way. Yeah, so the market's just been buying out of the trap, really. You can see bottom right hand corner here, the unbalanced volume indicator. That's just OBV9. Is everyone in the room using this now, though? A little bit more?
The unbalanced volume to see if I use it, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say Andy can't be in the room, or Bridget, the rest of them, or Jeff. No, they aren't. Yeah, Andy is, because there's no noise.
That's
right,
Bridget.
okay. Yeah. After saying she wanted to come in, she's after playing hell about wanting the afternoon sessions, and doesn't bother turning on.
Yeah, she probably got busy.
Yeah, I think I might be busy.
Or she's watching on YouTube, Steve.
Next afternoon session. Oh, I doubt it, because she wouldn't be flipping quiet. Fingers would be on the keyboard. Oh, I better not say too much, because this is all recorded, isn't it? So she'll give me hell afterwards.
Absolutely, yeah. She'll be tapping away.
So we're going to wait for this consumer data to go, but with the weak dollar makes the market certainly attractive to foreign investors, and that's why the market is going up. And the Nasdaq, right, yeah, Nasdaq closed that gap quite easily, didn't it? Let's have a look how I did that on the 1 minute. It come from, flip it. Maybe we should have looked at this one. It come from underneath, which would have been the perfect trade. We chose the Dow. Could have been any of the three, but that would have been the perfect trade. We're on a bull market. We're under the close, and what's the ATR 59? Where did the market go down to? Well, it didn't go to 59, so we'd want a reason to close that gap rather than blindly just put a trade on, and that would be a fractal break, but not fantastic. 15 pips. So would we have done it? Probably not. So I'm not going to risk something that's a 1-to-1, and with the market being so close to the close, it's just a gamble, and we're not going to gamble. Right, so let's have a look at the FX. Right, so we've traded the FX on the bots quite a bit and done some bot trades and ripped a lot of rupees out. Market came down on Wednesday when trading live, and we hit full target, come back down again, whack the target again, and now the market's on its way down a little bit further. So let's just wind out and have a look. We're right on the double tap reversal here on the 4 hours. So that's something that we do not want to get involved with. The market is also exhausted, and we've got news out in 10 minutes, which is going to move the US dollar. So, but it's quite interesting having a look at where we are and potentially what's going to happen. So what we'll do, we'll put an alert here down at these levels here. If we do get a breakaway to the downside, in other words, if the BRN, big round number, does not hold after the dust settles on the US after the information. Then we've got a potential target down into the 3,800s. We've got a 200 pip run potential target with really not too much in the way. Got a bit of that's a spike trade, but let's highlight that while we're waiting for the Michigan and seeing that. So bottom of a fractal here. So we've got to be aware of those, of everything that's going on there. This market is very negative. If you trade if you're a swingy trader, you can see quite clear the fractals here for day trading, not day trading, but you can be swing trading. There's some nice breaks here. That's a huge break. Another break here and a fractal, another break here and a fractal, but you'd still be in the market. So really, you're never going to get your full one-to-one on that one, because you do not want to be in the market at risk. You just do not want to be in the market at risk. I'm on YouTube instead of Zoom. Hi, Jeff. I wonder where you'd gone. Right. Right, okay. Down. Okay, let's put this on. Right. Yes, this Right, let's get back to it all then. Right. USD Swissy, we've got 7 minutes left. We're just biding time, so we don't want to be trading when the news is on. We can have a look at the news and look at the impact of the news. So we have these are all old targets that were being hit, so we don't need to see these. Let's zoom right out. There is some certainly some space. What we want to see really is a lower number than expected to make the USD even weaker. That's what we want to see. In a few minutes' time. That's a nice picture. These would be target areas should the market give us the right information. That's just a news. That's a spike. That's a news event. So don't take any notice of these long-legged spikes. So we'll get an alert on here also. So let's see if we can follow this information. Let's stick it on a different screen first, get it off this computer. Doesn't seem to want to get off the computer, that screen. There we are. Now it's on. So so if we are forecasting a better number than previous, in other words, we're forecasting a potential bull move on the dollar. So if you get a bull move in the dollar, which means the Dow will come down. I think the Dow has been stopped again. So do we want to trade that spike, potential spike? let's go and have a look. We've got 4 minutes to go, so we've got loads of time. Pull this Dow up. Can we, if you want to get a bit spotty on here, we can do this very quickly on a, so target's being whacked. We can do this on a 20-second. Run. Do I want to do this? Do I want to do this? Be quite interesting, wouldn't it? We'll do it at, we're going to do it at 0.5%. No limit. We're going to push this to one side. This is our target we want to go for. We're going to pull up the news. I've lost the bloody news, excuse me. There we are, there's the news. And we're going to, it's in 3 minutes time. Let's zoom this out. And what we're looking for is a correlation between the news. And we're going to do this very quickly on what we see on the chart. So if we see a number that is weaker than 87, we'll see the market come off. So when I get ready with a 0.5% trade, we can put this under, there's a fractal here. There's a, under there is a fractal. Can I show you that? So you believe me? Switch your fractal on. There's the fractal there. And what we're looking for, we're going to place our trade and cancel it. So I've got it hooked up here. Cancel this trade instantly. And we're going to, if we get some bad news, then we could get hooked up into here quite well. We're right on camera, the breakout long now. First target's gone. The market is bullish for the moment. If it's some wild news, in other words, it is, you know, at least maybe 2 points difference, then we will see the market really spike. Market's expectations are we are going to be bullish. And if it is bullish, then the market will run straight up. If it's bearish, we should get a spike down. Now, we are 30 seconds away nearly from the announcement. So it'd be quite interesting to use just 0.5% on the basis. I think we can put that in now on the basis that we're going to go for a full Monty all the way down here and reclaim our rupees. But if the market is negative, then we need to look at our USD and Swissies as well. So if this market spikes up, if this number is 69, so the market's going to go up. So there we go. Markets responded to that. Now, the initial response is the response it will actually finish on, but the market may try and close the gap also. So we just want to be not chase these spikes. If the market was giving us under a 68, a negative for the consumer sentiment index, then if that had been negative, would have plunged down straight away and continued through. These are just little movements to get the retail traders in play to try and short and then take you up and get you stopped down. So don't play those games. So we don't need to see that anymore. We know what the result is. So we've got a stronger than a good result for the dollar, which means for us trading this, it's going to be strong for the dollar. The normal reaction is, oh, it's going to be really good. But when this shakes out, if you have a stronger dollar, then we're going to have problems with the indices, aren't we? The indices are going to come down. But that is usually never the case. There's usually a rah-rah when the word strong comes out. There's a rah-rah. So we need to sit tight and wait. These look like big spikes. In reality, it's nothing. Move into 5 minutes. There's a 5-minute bar there. It's hardly anything. But we do have a gap here. It does need to be closed. I am interested in monitoring this afternoon. It is going against the trend. That's why we only risked 0.5%. So when things are going against the trend, it's madness to do a full 1% risk. Risk trade, because the probability of your trade hitting full target is fairly diminished if you're going against the trend. But we'll put an alert on here. If this does start coming back down, and these Heikin Ashi flat bottoms here, then we need to get interested. Because after all this settles, we might be getting some people wanting to give us a tickle down into the, especially the market makers, try and get it pushed down into the close, get the gap closed, and then move on. Ideally, I want to buy it down here. So what we should see now is USD Japani. It might not be the case, but USD Japani and USD Swissy. Well, look at that. Big indecision. So it's not really had too much of an impact. I would have expected to see a bit of green here. Yeah, the one was a little bit. So it's only it is a market moving. It was only 1 point away from expectations. So not fantastic for any market moving. I think bit of positivity for the dollar against the yen, but at the moment the yen is twice as strong as the dollar and the USD and the US dollar's around about 3.4 on the Richter scale, 3.2, Swissy's 6.3, and the Japanese yen 6.8. So the USD Japani and the USD Swissy are likely to fail. Let's just have a little look at this fractal. It's a 1 minute fractal. Let's just zoom out. Now there's a 5-minute fractal as well. So if this breaks, then big round number should open up. Do we have a 1-to-1 to the big round number in a 5-minute fractal? 44 pips. No, we don't. Sorry, we've got a new fractal top showing here. 27, 28, 29 pips. It's very close. Very close indeed. Do we want to do it? It's not a super high probability trade, and it isn't giving us a full 1-to-1. Let's have a look at what the USD Swissy is doing. So that had a better response against the Swiss franc, but it shouldn't. I think with all the rest of the news, I think we should see this coming down. It gives us a little bit better risk reward to the next target. There's no big BRNs, so we should do okay. So which fractal would I want to use? I would use this fractal here, or if the market's negative, we could revert to a 15-minute bar strategy for more confirmation. So the 15-minute bar will be waiting for the markets to pull up give us a 15-minute bar like so, and then a trade down. So maybe we can keep the powder dry and trade that. I don't want to make trades up for the sake of making trades up. No point in doing that. Just switch the Dow on different screens so I can keep an eye on what's happening with the Dow. Keep on a 5 minute. It looks like it might be coming down. It should be. We should get this gap. We should get the gap. So we'll kind of wait for a 15-minute bar, I think, on here. We'll set we've already got an alert down here. We'll set an alert a little bit higher up. And we'll trap the price. If the price comes back up into this last confluence drop, then we'll have that. So this is a really great illustration of what happens when you get confluences. In other words, more than 3 bars or more when the market goes sideways. The market's come down, went a bit sideways, then dropped. Again, sideways, dropped. Sideways, dropped. And this isn't not enough bars. I guess you could say that's a little bit there and then dropped. So if you remember, when you get 3 or more bars, the confluence, if the market's entered going short to a confluence, it will more than likely exit in the same direction as it started. So let's have a look at the unbalanced volume. Right. All right, let's have a look. Mm-hmm. Right, all gone a little bit slow just at the moment, hasn't it? I'm not sure whether these the length of these afternoon sessions are correct. I think I prefer the old sessions that we did, really, which were 250, an hour on the open, and then trading the close on the FTSE, last half hour on the FTSE. I think one thing we can go and have a little look at, because I know people will be looking at it, is the half an hour ago. Yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Steve, I've just after the call this morning, I wiped my Mac, reset it back to factory settings, and then effectively jailbroken it and installed Sonoma. And now I've got Trade Locker Studio with all the apps and the bots and everything all working. So that's really interesting. I can then get to work on that on the weekend.
Oh, couldn't you run Trade Locker before on the Mac?
No, I've got a Core i7 and I've got 64 gig of RAM, but my Mac is 6 months too old to install Sonoma on it. And they wouldn't let me do it. So I've just circumvented it and managed to get it installed.
Oh, right. Okay. Mine runs in Trade Locker. I don't know how old this Mac is. It's an i7 and all the rest of it. I don't know how old this Mac is. Oh, sorry, it's not an i7, it's an i9. Oh, it's an i9 Mac.
Yeah, you won't have any problems.
That's got Sonoma on it, 14.6.1. So I guess that's why it runs okay. 2020, so it's quite an old Mac. Probably one of the first i9s.
Mine was 2000. Mine's 2017.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, that's not too old, though, is it?
It's not too bad, no. But I to be honest, I had a load of I've got years and years worth of music and everything. So I've just wiped it back to factory settings, and it's on its like lightning now, which is great. And the only thing I'm going to do right now is just trade. So I'll be able to just have loads of capacity now to do that testing over the weekend with quite a lot of RAM and speed.
Yeah. I don't know. Mine's a i9 8-core, so it's pretty. It's a pretty beast of a machine.
Yeah, mine's quad core.
All right. Still fast, mate. I tell you what, I do use, which makes a huge difference. And I don't know what I've told you about this for the Mac users. I can't put this on the screen.
Is it Clean My Mac? Yeah, I've got it. It's brilliant.
I use that, and it really does keep it working very, very fast. So when I'm saying to you, I think things are going a little bit slow when we're doing our normal trading sessions, and I'm trying to do back testing, streaming everything at the same time, and it's struggling. That's with an 8-core i9 processor. So if that won't do it, nothing will. But yeah, it's probably overpowered just for trading, maybe. But I used to do it for the video and for photos and animation and things. I don't do any of that now. So it's a good bit of grunt. Right, what are we going to do? So we've got, I don't believe this for 1 minute. It's saying that the get ready on the reversal here, but we had that spike reversal on crude coming down, but then it's showing quite a bit of positivity, isn't it? Let's just put the right crude one on and show you. The bot's saying go for it because it's all negative. So that was the spike down when got our rupees out of that. We've got that noise out of the way, and there's these are the targets that we're actually going for. So we made some money out of it, but not as much as we wanted to. And there is another fractal break here, or a 15-minute bar. There's a 15-minute bar there. It's a breakouts, but I'm not really minded to trade this because on the lower time frames, on back we've got people walking away from the market, and the unbalanced volume's down. So although it looks like a nice 15-minute bar, it's probably not so good down at the lower levels. No, look at it. No. So nothing super high pro. I was hoping this morning we've got that breakout here and got that move up. I was hoping we were going to get a little bit more start in action, but it's not the case. It's not the case. Right. I don't think I'm going to run this session all the way to the close because it's looking very lackluster. Let's get a bit more time under the belt, and we'll look for right. It's Gareth on. Gareth. Oh, he's lost a will to live as well. Right. Let's get the FTSE up. I was showing. Have I still got the stuff on here on the FTSE from this morning in the 1 minute? Let's have a look. The Gareth wanted to do did do the BBO, and I did say there is the standard BBOs with the limits and stops that we've got, but there is here the BBO here. So once you get really clued into the breakout, we do have a standard setting, which I think is 30-30, isn't it? But the real BBO is the marked 1 hour, very similar to the initial balance. Not very similar, the same, but the stops are very different. The stops are under the previous swing low, and when the market does run, it usually continues on that break. So when we start getting a move of them, as I mentioned this morning, here at 10:30, and the market continues on at 10:30, it's highly likely the market will continue on a breakout. So regardless of what the initial balance is, means nothing on the FTSE. If you are moving positive at 10:30, then the very high probability the market will continue and provide you with a BBO breakout. And Gareth tried that BBO breakout and went and tried to do it with a 30 pip target. And I said to him, we got up to these levels up here and said to him, with your 1-to-1, take that. I think it was 11. But if he left it, it would have won anyway, I believe. So there's a BBO there. The standard basic settings would have been here, 30 there. So it would have hit full whack and full target anyway. But once you get once you get proficient in looking at the price action, then you can tighten your BBOs up to reflect the actual price action itself. So I was hoping he was on, but he's gone. He's gone. Right, okay. I think what I'll do is we'll get into 3:30 and have a look at the 1 hour range and see what we want to do with that. We've got the news out the way. Actually, we can have a look at the NASDAQ actually and do a bit of trading on the NAS. We could do some tracking on the NAS while we're waiting. We've got the news out of the way. We know the news is positive. So we should be looking at, well, we don't know how the market's going to receive it. We just don't. From a technical perspective, we should see the NAS struggling to go higher. Even though it's positive, it should be struggling because of the consumer index. Now, before we do that, let's go. We've had a look at the commodity on crude. Let's have a quick look at what gold has given us. Right, okay. So it has stopped at that FIBO level we identified, and we've managed to get 1% out of it, which is very nice. So what we're going to do, this is another a continuation trade today. We will be going back into gold. When we got a rah-rah on the dollar, people are going to come out. So, but I don't think that will be, I think this will be short-lived because there's too much geopolitical unrest, especially, well, two things really. One, missile, potential America long-range missiles being you can't loan a missile, being given to Ukraine to fire into Russia, which is not healthy for anybody. But also with what the growing concerns, not growing concern, that's the wrong thing, with right-wing parties in Germany causing lots of unrest politically as well. So I think we're going to get the market move up yet again. So we could probably take advantage of that. So we're going to trap a price here for the market to move up, which is still above the 9 EMA. And we'll have a respite down into this underneath here on that reversal fractal and this double top here. And then if it tells us there's something to look at, then we'll go and have a look at it. USD, Japan, and US Swiss, just have a quick look at those. We've got pullbacks on those, which we expect because of the sentiment index results. I think that will flush out and the markets will then roll and go back down. And then we might see the American markets finishing on a high later on also. But that's hours and hours away yet. So let's go and have a look at the NAS and see if we can trade, see if we can get something out of that. So let's have a look at it. So, right, so here's the projection pins. Market's trying to go higher and getting rejected. So quite interesting out. Let's just remind ourselves of the trend. The trend is positively up. We've got a 4-hour resistance level into 19,625.26 area. That is preceded by Camarilla breakout long, which could be a good area to trade into. We are completely overstretched on the stock, but on balance, the volume is still coming through. So that's good. Let's zoom down again on the 1 hour. Gaps close that we saw before. Markets pushing up, which really shouldn't happen if the dollar's getting stronger. There's two ways to look at it, really, isn't it? If the dollar's getting stronger, consumer sentiment's good, which is a good for the dollar. But if the dollar gets stronger, its value is going to go up, and it's going to be more expensive for people to buy into the indices. But we always get the markets having a funny reaction. Not a funny reaction. The spike reaction is a true initial reaction, and then the follow through is usually a bit of a bugger's muddle. Market's settling down a little bit. It's call it rejection pins. However, when we're looking at it, even down into 5 minutes, so from 4 hours to 5 minutes, the market is bullish. We are trading above the 9 EMA as well. We are getting these rejection pins, and we've got quite a wide gap even on the 5 minute flacker, which is what have we got here? We've got 49.50. The ATR on the Nasdaq is 59.60. Well, that's it's within the 15% ATR move, so we could trade with the trend on that. But I think for a bit of sport and entertainment, we can look at, and between now and, well, 7 minutes to go, that's all. Looking at, let's just get these resistance levels out the way, and let's have a look at, can we use a fractal structure on the 1 minute? Forget that spike, because that's the open. Obviously not, we can't. Look at this, the fractal reversal structure is being knocked out. It's been knocked out. That is on a provision of 1 fracker. We could smooth this out with CP1, which is closing price, 1 candle after closing price. That won't move. Let's put it out. Can I move this? This should be moved smaller. Oh, well done. If we increase this, you can see the fractal starts drawing on the second count. It's still not a good place to use for a stop. As you know, I will never go more than 6 bar counts. 3. What's this? Oh no, okay. It's background scanning. We could use this for a breakout. 3, the structure of 3 on a 1 minute is likely. You know, there's no rush because these markets fluctuate up and down quite quickly. 35 pips. If you want to do this with me, or you just want to watch, then that's absolutely fine. A wee bit of slippage there with the bang, but we should see this running through. There is nothing in the way apart from BRNs. Now, one of the things you might see here is around the 20s, you might see issues. It tends to roll on 20s sometimes, BR and 50s, but we'll see. Let's see. So we're using fractal structures. And we've got that test robot as well, the IB test robot. So that might be okay. What I'm going to do is going to trade this. We're going to look at the next 10 minutes, 15 minutes or something like this. And then I'm going to pull it because we've not got a lot of people in the room. Everyone's given up. I might stop the Friday afternoons actually on the live streams. So we've only got.
Say that, Steve. We've had some really brilliant trading sessions live on these Friday afternoons. I remember the first couple we did, we was like smashing 8%.
Yeah. It's just a slow day today, and
yeah,
people aren't. I'm giving my time up to come and do this, and if people are not bothering, then what I will do is, if you're people like yourself that are really keen, then rather than we've got to stop out here, which seems to be a common thing after winning all this morning. What I might do is we'll just do a private one, not one-to-one, but a small group session for people and close the room so people aren't popping in and out all the time. And then we can do some focus on, lots of combinations of techniques around the main strategies that we've got, which could be good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So can walk in and out and make a cuppa and things like that as well, rather than being sat glued to the screen. But you can see the indecisions here. So this is a really good example here that the market should come off. The markets, after the news, the markets should come off. How far up they'll go before that happens, I really don't know, but they should come off. And looking at this structure the structure was really good on a 1 minute with a 3-bar count, and then suddenly the structure was blown to pieces. That happens as trading. You can never forecast exactly how the markets will work. Look at that. I was saying about absolute massive indecision rejection candles. The market should be rejecting going to the top, and it actually is. Let's have a look at that Dow, because I would like that Dow gap to get closed. Even though it's against the trend, it shouldn't be up here. Yeah, it's still yeah. Right, let's go look at gold, because that was the alerts that were going off before. I don't know whether you can hear the alerts, but I've got that suppression software on. But gold is, and so we took the profit on gold, but it'd be good to get into gold again. Just going to put the USD Japan down at 5 minutes on the other screens to have a look. It's still trying to go up with the positive news on the Michigan consumer sentiment. So the Forex is recognizing the power, but as always, everyone likes to buy the American indices. And it's when American indices should be coming off, but they're not. So we'll leave them alone until common sense prevails on what the strong dollar means. So I think we'll take a 15-minute bar on this. I'm watching the other markets quite keenly, and we'll see what we get. How long have I got? I've got enough time to make a cup of coffee, haven't I? A cup of tea. There's not enough good news, I don't think, to get this dollar off its knees. So I think USD Japan and USD Swiss are gonna roll. They've got to roll. I know that was a reasonably decent news. But it's only interim news. It's only interim consumer sentiment. It's not the end of the month data. Are you there, Jeff? I'm just, you can't see who's actually on YouTube. All you can see are people that comment. He's gone with. He's usually quite a diehard, really, on a Friday. We got to take your hat off to the Aussies that are all on, because it's 12:30 at night for them. Hi, Paul. How you doing? So the Aussies, yeah, 12:30 at night. So you got to take your hat off to the traders, the Aussies. Don't think I'd be up at 12:30 on a Friday night. Well, I wouldn't be sat in front of a machine trading anyway. Yeah, no worries, Pete. I want to. All right, okay. So we've got that is reminding me with the NAS. So we can now measure the NAS hourly run, but I'm not sure it's going to be fantastic. There's the bot. So you can see here the bot's judged that it's a breakup for the IB. Wow. This is quite interesting. This trigger is one that I want to work on. The downside trigger at the moment has 100% hit rate of accuracy. The trigger going to the top side has 68% accuracy. With this news, although the markets said, yeah, go great, I think it's coming off. So this should never get traded. So doing it manually, what we're going to do is look at 230 high and 230 low, 330. So the high is here and the low is there. And that's the initial balance on the first hour of trading. And I think it should go to the downside because of the news. Now, this is the issue when you've got bots. The bots can't deal with news for that day. And what this is doing is telling us that there's a potential 1 to 2 trade there. But with the news being strong for the dollar, I think this should come off. Could be wrong. And it is going against the trend. So let's do another measure. The things that we're going through on Monday, if you remember, the other measure is the ATR on the 5-day ATR. And the 5-day ATR is 397 today. So we're going to measure the 5-day ATR from that top, 397. Does the market have leg room for that? I think it does, don't you? For that, it's very, very tight range because of the news. 397, that's all the way down here. That's close enough. I don't know whether to leave that bot on to prove, so it can prove me wrong. Can't have artificial intelligence beating a somewhat half-intelligent trader. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to measure. I'm going to set that on a trade up. There's the stop. There's a 2% trade. I'm going to cancel that order because we've not really refined the trigger yet. And I don't believe that, especially with the news. I know the market's positive and it's bullish market, but I think it's bullish from a lot lower down. We are completely overcooked. I suppose I should let the bot do its work. It is viable. I'm just looking at how it's set the stop, how it's set everything up. It is viable. So if you're wanting to actually trade this, guys, the market is up. So where's Pete? On your data set from Edge, what does it say today on the NAS, Pete? Oh, has he gone now? He's gone for the school room, I think, has he? Yeah, he's gone. He's left it open and gone. Never mind. So if you're wanting to trade this, you know, the trade could be done. So you can see here on initial balance light. So this initial balance here. We know we've got a more than enough on the ATR on average true range. And this is the initial balance. So the market's set double top, double bottom reversal there. Now, it's from 230 to 330. So from I've got that wrong, haven't I? Where's the 230 line? 230 low. Let's get this correct. $230. So that is a 230 low, isn't it? It's 19,375. Okay. That's what we're looking at. So at the moment, using the hour rather than our fractal stuff that we're doing, we are testing this IB breakout, and we're going to do it an IB break in tunnel. So what the bot has calculated is that the market is highly likely to break to the top side, not knowing the economic information. So if we're going to break out here, statistically the stop's 34 with a 75 target. I'd more likely take the money into come out of the breakout long. If the market breaks to the bottom, this actually is a fractal as well, as everyone knows. I like to use additional information. If I'm going to look at this range, I would do a breakout anyway of that fractal. It just so happens it's a high as well. So fractal breakout here, and I would do a 1 minute fractal breakout here also. And we do have the headroom to come way beyond the 9,200. That is going against the trend. Let's have a look at where the actual 4 hour, 1 hour trend may be. So where is, oh, it's right on the line. So we've got the 4 hour trend here, right on the daily lows. So we could see our 9,200 and still be positive. 19,200. So there is the daily lows for the 4 hour and the 1 hour here. So we could get that push all the way down quite easily. Well within the ATR range and against the trend, but still being okay. I don't think I'd like to push it that low though. So we're still waiting for breakouts there. Let's have a look at the S&P. Is there anything on the S&P? Of course, if you're doing this on your own, you're going to be doing this much faster. And looking at everyone likes to, but 53% of the time the S&P market does go up. So it's you know, it's not to be aware of. Where's it? 230, 230, 230. I want to make sure that the 230 low, 36, 30. There we are. And the 330. So there we are. There's initial balance there. So it is a direct break out of here. If we are using the tools that we do use, and we're out on the camera breakout long, if you trade in this now, your stop as an absolute minimum needs to be 8. I would like to use a fractal breakout, and it is above camera breakout long, so it would be a breakaway trade. So we can wait on that one. Wait for that to set up. If we put a lower high in here, that will form a fractal, and we know where the stop is. The stop's going to be under here. So the fractal potentially is forming there. So the stop's going to be here anyway. You can either do the direct trade above camera breakout long, which would be here, with a stop of 9. And 9 and 9 would fit quite nicely indeed. So I'm going to stick that in now for a breakaway. And that would be initial balance breakout using a fractal as a confirmation. Something's screwing up in it here. Oh, it's USD, Swiss, and gold. So get rid of all those because we're going to go soon. So we've got a fracker here above C-Vol. We take the EOD cash pivots off, so you can quite clearly see where the breakout trade might be on a one-to-one basis. So that is the trade here. If the bottom breaks first, cancel the trade. But now we're running at half stakes because it's a robot testing. And yeah, that's the robot saying it will break to the top. I disagreed with that. Hopefully, hopefully I've been proved wrong, because we do want the bot to work. I wonder if there's something wrong with the Zoom link, because I've just had 4 people or more join and they've all dropped out straight away in our room. I have to get on top of this Zoom AI because it's caused nothing but problems, especially with the speakers. I'm not sure why. Let's have a look at that DAX as well. Dow, sorry. Still having a go, isn't it? Still having a go. But we've got, let's look at the IB here. There's an exercise to show people. As I say, all the indicators, I'm coding the indicators for the IBL, IBL long, IBL short, so you can be confident they write in automatically for you on Monday. And then we're going to have that masterclass, the IB masterclass as well on Monday morning as well. And we'll show you the installation, how they all work. 2:30. The market came absolutely to the nose, didn't it, on that? 2:30 was the low, and the high was 59, which closes. What was the open on here? What was the open price? 352. So this was the breakout for the Dow. Actually, NASDAQ statistics with 77 pips, weren't there? For the Dow, I have the ATR, the Dow today at 87 as a breakout from here. Would have been an 87 pip stop, which would have been stopped out. So that wouldn't have worked if you're just blatantly using the line, which I think is a bad thing to do.
Steve, you would have had to have waited till 3:30 for that, though. So it's a break after 3:30.
Oh shit! I've got 3 o'clock, haven't I? Where's 3:30? Yeah, thank you. I'm going daft. I'm going round numbers. So there's a break. What do you have in your stats? I have an ATR of 87.
So the average break price over the last 12 months high is 80 pips.
Right. Okay. So on the line, if you'd just done it on the line, you'd have made your 80 pips there, roughly here. If you'd used the fracker, where's my ruler? There's the fracker. It would have been 50 pips. So it would have been there. So similar, your entry was a little bit higher, but the stop was significantly less. Both worked.
No, I haven't got it as hitting target. I've got the high, IB high on the futures today was 41453.
All right. Well, yeah, that's futures. I'm talking, this is cash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Let's have a look. I've got this wrong, Pete. I know the futures is different, but I had it for 3 o'clock, didn't I? Not 3:30. So 3. Oh, right. Okay. So that's the futures, not the futures. That's the cash there at the high at 4:30. So I've got 41,424. Is that what you've got?
41453. But again, this is the contract in front, futures contract. So yeah, it's going to be a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah. So we've got 424. So 424 would have been a break of here for me, or it would have been a break here. If the stats are pips, then the entry would have been here with an 80, what did you say? 80 pips.
80 pips, yeah.
80 pips. So it's always interesting to see, no good arguing against stats. Stats are good. That's what they're there for, to look at. So that would have been the trade. And the trade to do using frackers would have been a break of here with a stop of a larger stop, 84. Very close in the same ballpark. As far as sizing is concerned, on this occasion, the entries are very different, though, aren't they? So this one never triggered. This one triggered. So on your futures, has it triggered on your futures?
Yeah, it did trigger, and now it's in the red.
But that's what the stops are for, aren't they?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean to say it's going to get stopped out. It just means it's
when you look at the waves, it looks like it's just having a little bit of a break in a wave, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, we could easily see a new higher low. I would be much more confident if I'm thinking like trading this down, but to going against the trend, if it bursts back up through here, it'd be a really nice trade, like it was it Wednesday when it did a massive V?
Wednesday, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a huge reversal, wasn't it?
Caught it on the reversal at the bottom on the 1 minute chart and managed to get 4.5 hours out of it.
Yeah. was a really, really good trade. We got some going down and then got some coming back up, so that was nice. And it's proven a bit tough today, isn't it? But you can't win every single trade. It doesn't work that way.
No.
The 15-minute bar, if you're is anyone interested in gold, 15-minute bar, I'm not going to show it, I'm going to trade it. You know what the 15-minute bar is. If you want to trade the 15-minute bar, then yeah, you can trade the 15-minute bar. That's absolutely fine on gold if you want to do that. There's a potential new fractal here. I'm going to switch all these alerts off. They're driving me bonkers at the moment. So there is what would potentially be a new fractal here to trade out 29 with a stop of 53. No, it wouldn't, because of the bottom of the fractal has been broken. So that fractal base has been broken, so there is no trade there. A potential deeper fractal, of course. And hopefully it'll reverse before the stop, hopefully. It's becoming quite a deep fractal, that, isn't it? So look what that Nasdaq's doing. Well, it got stopped. 68% chance of winning, and it got stopped. So that's why I want to sort that trigger mine. It's nice to know you're right when you look at the price action, but it's not nice when you tell you got a 68% chance according to the bot, and it doesn't work. What was the pit stop on the stats, Pete? I've got 60 on the ATR.
On the Nasdaq,
Yeah.
to the high side, 57.5.
57.5. I've got 59.58 in actual. So they are very, very close.
Yeah.
But it would have stopped out anyway. Either one would have stopped out.
Yeah.
So you can't win them all the time.
No.
Oh, looks like that one just held it in. Did that hold on the future?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good that, wasn't it?
Yeah. How many pips? 4 pips.
Good, that's what we want. And using using this, we have not traded yet. So
What did the FTSE do for the close, or what is it doing towards the close?
FTSE. Oh, bot's gone in again. I suppose we actually could leave. You're going off to do the to take the kids, though, aren't you?
No, I don't know. Back now.
Oh, you back. God, you must be close to the school.
Yeah, literally 5 minutes each way.
Yeah. Do you know, we'll stay on here then, because we'll stay on here. What's the other order that's in the market waiting? US500, it's not been done yet. So I think we'll take that US500 off, because it's just not going to happen, I don't think. Going to the top. The markets should come off. So I'm going to take that off, not go up. And we'll watch this FTSE. I think I'm just going to make a cuppa. If you want to trade gold, gold's long on that 15-minute bar. Oh, never triggered. Next bar, never triggered. So, yeah, nothing's triggered yet. We'll let the price, let it tell us. So let's get the FTSE on. FTSE. If you call this bot the relentless, it just keeps going and going and going. Well, I've left it on because I think the market should be coming up, but you never know. You never know. So normally we trade this 5-minute bar, clear all this out so you can see. Just switch those off at the moment. So what we tend to get at 4 o'clock is quite a decent movement, a trigger for a decent movement. So at 4 o'clock, it's between 5:24 and 4:05. We can often see on a Friday the market make a move into 4:15, then hesitate. And if we've got it right into a Friday and Friday only, it will then move again quite strongly, and it can move up to around about 20 pips. So we well, 30 pips to that close. We may see the market just trundle off. It'd be nice if it did. Turn that back on. And we'll move this back into above the close, and let's see how much, if anything, we can get out of the FTSE. Leave it on the 5 minutes. Red raincoat, which is nice. 926 is still positive. On balance volume is down. Let's see what we get. I'll be back in about three to 4 minutes. I'm just going to make a quick drink, and I'll leave that streaming.
Okay, mate.
And let's see what we get. Where's my mouse gone? There we go. I want to get the mouse so it doesn't show. Put it on a different screen. That's it. Right, we're back. Oh.
Welcome back.
Mhm. Hi, Pepe. Are you still on in your truck? Where are you? Market's running slowly, isn't it? Flipping heck. I think Kevin's going to get the Aussie trophy, I think. That one is that 1:11 a.m. in Oz. And still on. Flipping, that's hopefully you're catching a. Yep. Good on you, mate. Wow. Not going to let this ATR on the FTSE today. I think it's 12, isn't it? 11.6. We're not going to let this market return and knock us out. So we're going to take this down to a stop to entry on the FTSE. I was watching a YouTube thing on prop fund, and there's a mad trader there showing people how to run multiple accounts together and risking over 5% per trade, trying and get through the gate in one day. 5% per trade. Mad. Just needs 2 of those trades to blow his account up.
And I bet he makes a fortune off affiliate commissions if people try to do the same as what he's doing.
Yeah, crazy. And I know when you watch the video, it staggers. So you don't know how many times he's tried it and cut out all the failed attempts.
Yeah.
Come on, let's get yourself down. Let's have a decent finish to the day. Apart from the Dow, which needs to hold. What's the stop to entry function on let's have a quick look. It's 13 pips. So I keep saying that, but I haven't done it. I've not posted for a long time. So over the weekend, I will do 2 videos, 3 videos, 2 that are connected. A very simple one that very quickly, how to identify the trend and trade with a trend. Simple rules, and then advanced, how to identify the trend. Have those 2 linked together for people. And then I'm going to do the fractal bot one, since we've got a bit more data, and I'd be quite interested to see how the YouTubers take it, whether they believe it or not. But you know, it's all recorded. All the stats are recorded. I'd be quite interested that it had turned fractal bot engine into a Pine engine and a Python engine as well for using on trading gear and Trade Locker and Ninja Trader, which would open the market up for a few more people, wouldn't it?
There's a marketplace as well on Trade Locker, so you can sell your bots on there as well.
I've never really looked. Right, okay. I don't want to be in the business of selling bots, to be fair. But if the bots are going to help people, then that's fine. It'd be, you know, they're a good aid, but you don't want to. I suppose if it's only for me, if you're doing it, the plain and simple, just make money and without having the time to trade, then is FTSE currently a fractal breakdown? Yes, it is. Well spotted. It's here. And also here, Gareth. So if I turn a fractal box so you can see there, there's a fact, there it is. There's a fractal breakdown. See it absolutely dead right, yeah. That's the perfect 5-minute break bar at 5 to 4. And then it actually did form a fracker. So if you took the fractal breakdown, then absolutely yes, there is the fractal breakdown there. Well spotted.
Is there any other indicator to kind of confirm the breakdown here, like a +2 or +3?
Yes, there is. There is, absolutely. Confirm, not confirm the breakdown. A breakdown has to break a particular level. So the fractal here, there are there's a +1, +2. Without looking at the overall hour, there's a 1-hour trend that says yes, 4-hour trend that says yes. But into the levels of 5 minutes, there's a fractal that says yes. And then there is a 5-minute bar closing below a 9 EMA as well. So that's a 9 EMA close, market going to break, then it breaks the structure here. And to give you confidence, it's followed by a flat top. So there's lots of reasons to trade that. And on the 5-minute, once the 9 crosses a 26, that's another plus to aid the market trading. The other plus, of course, confirmation, is the OBV9, which everyone in the room's got, but you can buy this off the website as well. Anyone that's not using that are flying blind, really. So there's the confirmation here. Confirmation here is at 10 to 3, that on balance, it's starting to break down. Confirmation breaking down. Confirmation of fractal breaking down, all going in the right direction of the 4-hour and 1-hour trends. So the 4-hour trend is, no, it hasn't actually. I assumed that by that time it would be, but it's very close as a 4-hour trend. You can see the 4-hour trend has been coming, did come down, has been coming down. It's quite flat at the moment. So from this morning, the 200 EMA is set at where's 263, and currently it is 263, absolutely flat. In the window we're trading, we've got 5-minute bar crossing the 9 EMA. The break of the 5-minute bar. This is the 4 o'clock bar. No, it isn't. That's the 4. What time frame am I in? So the 5-2 is a 4 o'clock bar. that finishes at 4 o'clock, 5 to 5. Hang on a second, that's wrong. 5:55 is the 4 o'clock bar, finishes at 4. So there's the break there, which happens to be a fractal, and it's below the 9. The 926 looks like it might break, but we've gotten pressure here, and this is the time where the market can have a little respite. And this is where sometimes we get a bloody nose, because the market will come up, knock your stop out, and then carry on going down. But we want to make sure that we're not losing money into the end of the day, and we're getting this pushed down. We could then, in the last few minutes, go into a 1 minute fractal, into settling through from 4 o'clock till 4:40, and see what happens. I bet you're watching the Dow trade, Pete. It looks like it has put a base in 4 or 5 pips above the stop, doesn't it?
Yep.
Few more minutes to go, and it's all over. Quite interestingly, the crude is now broken out of the upward channel, and is coming down, which will help the FTSE into the close. We'll pull it down. I'm just going to let the FTSE bot do its thing, which means either stop out or be taken over by the American markets and then close for. If it's in profit at 4:30, I think we've got the function in there to actually close out if it's in profit. I think I will put that function on. If in profit, if time close in profit, then close. Yes. So, having said that, it's not in profit now. In 5 minutes, if it's in profit, that should automatically close. Or use stop to entry function, fractal reversal function, all timed out on it. Stop. All right, 4 minutes. So we're quite interested in see how fast the servers are around here. Because if that's in profit, at 4:30, it should close automatically and take the profit. Let's see if it does. Oh, I thought, It's not as close to 430 as I thought. Oh, I think Garrison is G. We had someone, I think Johnny come in, I think. Oh, let's see where it was. They had the big G. We got big G and G. Yeah. But good trading to Gareth, his first day trading with us. And I think he made some money, so that was good. Just under 2 minutes to go. Let's see if it does switch itself off. Let's see. We've got 40 seconds left. So let's see if this switches itself off in profit. Never observed it actually working. We've just seen it. We've just looked at the statistics of closed trades. So unless we get a bit of a rally in the next 20 seconds, it's going to be in profit. So let's see. I have an option for closing under 270 as well. Look at this. Come on. I want to see this under 17 in the next couple of seconds. It's not going to do it, is it? Okay, no. Right now, that should close now. The code says 430. How is IG going to deal with it? It's not shutting it off, is it? Now that's interesting because it's way past 4:30. I know it's only 40 seconds, but that's a lifetime in bot trading. Just check I've got that code correct. I read it correct. Just put this back up on the screen so you can see what I'm looking at. Come on, get the bloody right there. So there we go. Time close, then trading profit. If profit's greater than 0, exit the trade. Ah, I have not done it for 4:30. I've done it for 5 to 10. Right, okay, so I won't complain. Really, for a Friday, we should have it closing for at 4:30. What's this alert doing? Triggering gold. What's going on? If anyone's interested, is anyone interested in trading gold manually?
Yep.
I'll fill it in. So there's a gold trade, which is an entry at 25.80.6 with an 8-pip stop and a 17, just over 17-pip target. Thought I'd take a screenshot of that. This is going to close above 9 EMA. We are putting high. We've now put in a sequence on the 15 of higher lows, so that's quite nice. And we've got quite a lot of hours to run on that one. So we're in gold there, and that should trigger, and should be quite nice. Let's see how this is doing in settling. Getting ready just to whack this button. Let's see. You see the green now settling. Let's just take the profit on here. So take the profit on here and let the bot work it through for the rest of the trade. So not too much rupee collecting, but every little counts, as I say. Any questions before I go, guys? No. So don't forget, we're going to do the IB masterclass on Monday at 10 a.m. I will put it out on Slack, and have a great weekend. And we'll obviously record how this does. We're not doing too bad at the moment. 15-hour. Oh, that's the wrong one. Our target. Where's our target? Our targets. So 8% up halfway through. August was a 16%. July was 15. June 15. So we're on track, really. So I'll do as I said, I'll do a little. I'll probably do a bit of analysis on these and put it out as a video and stick it out on YouTube as well. These bots are available anyway on the website, but I think people aren't aware that if you get the bots, you're in a bot community and the like. So it might be good, but certainly don't want to encourage all the get-rich-quick people. You want some serious people using them, but you can't stop people buying them, can you? It'd be quite interesting to see all the the folly in the comments, I think, on the bot video. So I don't think people believe how good they are and the returns that you actually get. But I think we're doing enough recordings now of all the live bot trading and record every single statistic that happens. It's all backed up by numbers, and I don't know how much that would be, roughly 15% a month for 12 months. Compounded is quite a big number, really, isn't it?
Not bad, is it?
Not bad at all. Right, have a great weekend, guys. Hopefully the gold will trigger in.
Steve, I know you're busy and I know you've got it on, but once you are ready, just ping that code over and I can get to work on it then.
I will. I'll get it done. I'll get it done today. So I'm not going to the gym today. So tonight I'll draw a power cool one, and I'll finish that code off, and I'll send it to you this evening, and it'll be ready for you to give it hell over the weekend.
Legend. Cheers, mate.
All right. Cheers, guys.
Thank you, mate.
Have a great weekend. Right, and we're gone. So I can turn it off. Right, there we go.